Hello, beautiful souls. This is Sundri with your somewhat late lunar cycle reading for the new moon cycle beginning September 17th, 2020. For those new to my channel, these readings are divided up by element, and in this video, we'll be speaking to the energies of air. This might be the element associated with your astrological sign. In the case of air, that can be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, and that's in any of your sun, moon, or rising houses. Or it might be the energy and element that you are simply feeling drawn to in this moment. I will update to include links in the description of each video to the other elements of this lunar cycle as well, just in case you're having trouble deciding which element feels most aligned for you right now. Please do remember these readings are general and no reading resonates for everyone. So take what feels aligned for you and leave the rest behind. If you do feel connected to something that you see or hear in these readings, I hope that it brings you insight and inspiration. And I invite you to remember that you are the author of your own destiny. We always have the opportunity to choose whether to embrace our current state or whether to pick a different direction. So I do invite you to meditate on these cards and engage your own intuition and to let it guide you. If you enjoy these readings, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on that important little bell icon that keeps you informed when I post new videos. I do also invite you to check out my Patreon, where I will be exploring these messages a bit further in an extended reading. So if you'd like to dive a little deeper into the energy of this cycle, please do head on over there after this video. For this month's new moon cycle, we're getting back on track after some unexpected delays on a multitude of levels. As we're coming up to the autumn equinox, I am using the Children of Letha tarot for this cycle's messages for its beautiful autumn feel and really rich artwork and symbolism. I'm using the wild unknown archetypes to draw the archetypal energy for this cycle for those connecting to the element of air. The vision has come up as the overall archetype lens for this reading. The vision is literally the lens through which you see the world. This is your own distinct perspective. There is a word for this referred to as your Umwelt, and it is something entirely unique to each and every one of us. It is also your ability to dream and to imagine and see the possibilities around you. When we are connected to our vision, we are empowered and energized and just lit. And when we temporarily lose sight of that connection, we can feel the opposite. We feel listless or directionless and like life lacks meaning. This can even, or even especially, run over into feelings of exhaustion or a deep, dragging fatigue. Cultivating this vision involves observing things that spark joy within us, being in nature, reading stories we love, looking at or creating art that has meaning to us or that we find beautiful. These things all expand our perception and help us to discern what makes our souls light up and what doesn't. And this carries over into our ability to discern the things that are truly for us when we interact with the outer world. So starting off, I'm wanting to ask, what is it in your life that really needs to come back into balance? Justice is placed at our new moon this time, and I feel like all of your cards are going to come with a question for you to answer, air signs, because this is about your perception. This card is also about life lessons and about receiving the consequences of the energy that we have put out into the world. I think the word consequence often has a lot of negative connotations to it. Most of us grew up assuming that this means we're in trouble, but really it's just about receiving the results of the choices we're making. So there is a clearing of sight involved in this new moon for you, as it's going to become clearer to you what the results of your choices really are. Do you like what it is that you're seeing manifest right now? If not, now is the time to re-examine the path you're on, the choices you are making, and decide if it is time for a change of direction. Ultimately, you are the only one with the right to make these choices. The Three of Cups generally has a lot of energy of community and celebration to it. Showing up reversed here, I feel like it's asking you to take a deeper look at your social connections. What do you really see under the surface of the relationships you have with your support team? Are the foundations healthy? Or are there things that have been slowly gnawing away at you, whether you understand what they are or not? I will be diving a bit deeper into this in the extended reading over on Patreon, especially as I feel like there is an undercurrent here of something that perhaps we've missed, and along with the Justice card, it's now coming up to be rebalanced. The Knight of Cups continues this very emotional energy in your reading for this cycle. This card is generally a harbinger of romantic energy, being very sensitive, nostalgic, and even a little bit dreamy. I feel like for some of you, this may in fact be an indicator that some romantic energy is coming your way, while for others, this can be an indicator that you are getting lost in thought or caught up in daydreams and not quite facing the truth of what is in front of you. The cup being held aloft is much like the Holy Grail, perhaps something you've been searching for. What is it that this cup might represent in your own life? What battles have you been fighting in order to achieve this goal, and is your prize worth what it is costing you to attain? I find the pairing of the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, water and fire respectively, to be very pointed in this reading that began with a card of balance. While the Knight of Cups is slow-moving dream energy, the Knight of Wands is about action and forward motion. Hopefully by the time we reach the waxing gibbous of our cycle, the balance you have been needing will begin to be manifesting itself, and you'll be back to moving forward again. Sometimes we need to take the pause offered us by the turning of our vision inward to daydream in order to realize what it is that we're really wanting to put our energy towards. Once we have found this vision, however, we can spring forward into action and begin working to make those dreams a reality. Where is it that you're wanting to put your energy, air signs? What fire do you need to fuel in order to achieve your dreams? As we approach the full moon, it is a great time to really look inward and decide if now is the time for you to put your will into manifesting your desires. Again, we'll explore this a bit further in the extended reading over on Patreon, but until then, may you find the balance that you need in order to clear your vision and see your way forward. May your dreams be more of a focusing instead of a distraction, and may the community you surround yourself with be one of support and positive connection. Thank you for joining me for this lunar cycle reading for the element of air. I will link the other elemental readings for this cycle in the description below as they're released. If you enjoyed this reading, please remember to like and subscribe, and consider checking out my Patreon for the extended readings for this cycle as well as more soul-supporting content. Until next time, light and love to you all.